Now I love my Ring stick-up cameras. It's reliable, works well using the power of the sun, and everything is controlled through the app, and it's all linked with my other cameras and my security system. If you guys want to see a more detailed review on the Ring stick-up camera, then click on the link. So when Eufy reached out to me and asked me to review their SoloCam S40, I was a little skeptical. They then told me there was no monthly subscription, and then I was intrigued. Currently with my Ring protection plan, I pay $100 a year for professional security monitoring for my home, as well as access to all my cameras and the ability to view past footage. And I'm definitely gonna make a separate video about this, but Ring's protection plan pricing has changed drastically. I was grandfathered in from the older subscription plan, but eventually in 2025, I'm gonna be having to pay $200 a year for my security professional monitoring. And that makes the system way too expensive for me, and it's something that I'm considering in the future, but we'll see what happens. Now, my Ring stick-up cam costs $100, but if you add a solar panel, it's an additional $100, totaling $200. So ideally the cost can add up over time, as you already spent $200 on the device, and yet you still have to pay a yearly or monthly fee to view past recordings. They do have different prices, however, like $30 a year to view past footage of one camera, or $100 a year for all your cameras. So in the end, the Ring stick-up cam with solar alone can cost you $230. Compare that with Eufy's SoloCam S40, which is $200 and no monthly subscription. That's right, all the videos are stored locally on the device, but you could still access the footage from anywhere around the world. And for many people, that's a steal. That alone is worth it to keep on watching this video. What is up, guys? It's Chris with Everett Chris, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and as always, like the video so other people can find it. Then before we talk about the cameras, let's quickly talk about the setup. With Ring, it's basic and simple. Download the Ring app, hold the button, it finds your camera, and that's it. And you can also scan the QR code on the Ring device to speed up the process. With Eufy, they said, instead of scanning the QR code with your phone, let's flip it, baby. So now if you want to set up the Eufy camera, you have to actually scan the QR code on your phone with the Eufy cam, which is super interesting. It then takes you through a whole process of setting up the camera, as well as finding the best spot with enough sun and internet power. Overall, it's a much better and more immersive experience and helps prevent any dead spots or poor connection signals. So now the cameras are all set up, let's talk about the cameras themselves. Released around September of 2021, the Eufy SoloCam S40 is an all-in-one security camera with a solar panel mounted on top of the camera. That's right, no wires, no mess, it's literally just one device that can be powered by the sun. The S40 has an integrated solar panel on top with a legit battery of over 4 months. And all the solar panel needs is 2 hours of direct sunlight to stay charged. And I know what you're thinking, this thing is mas grande. Yeah, it's pretty hefty, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for a discreet camera that can hide in plain sight, the Eufy SoloCam is definitely not for you. It also only comes in one color, which is white. Not only does it have a solar panel on top, it also has a built-in floodlight with 2K image quality and a speaker with two-way audio. And lastly, it is IP67 rated, which means it can handle any type of rain or water and even be submerged underwater for a period of time. Compare that to the Ring stick-up cam. Yes, it's most definitely smaller and more discreet, but it is a little taller. And with the solar panel, the cool thing is you can mount it far away from the camera and still get steady power. However, you do have more wires to deal with. And there's no integrated floodlight, and it's only 1080p quality. I have had zero issues with the Ring stick-up cam in the rain. However, it's only IPX5 rated, which means it's waterproof, but not as waterproof as the SoloCam S40. Now let's talk about how the power is supplied between these two cameras. Both of these cameras support solar panels as well as direct power if needed. With the Ring stick-up cam, it uses its own plug to supply power, while the Eufy SoloCam S40 uses a USB-C plug. One thing to note is that the SoloCam S40 isn't going to be waterproof once you use the power supply, which is why it's a good idea to use the sun to power the device. With both of these security cameras, having a few hours of sunlight every day will keep the power running on the cameras. However, with the Eufy SoloCam S40, they claim you only need 2 hours of direct sunlight. And of course, I had to do this test when the weather was partly cloudy. There were patches of sun on and off, and in 2 hours, I started at 68% with the Eufy SoloCam, and got to 69%. The cool thing is they have a dashboard graph which shows you how much power you are consuming from the sun, and it's a super nice and awesome feature. In the app, if I reach 300 milliamps of power, it equals to 2% of battery power charge. It's also cool how it shows the power of the sun in signal strength in the app to let you know how powerful the sun is and how good of a charge you'll most likely have. This has some good information so you can move the camera if needed, if it's not getting enough sun. And this is something that I love and hate about the SolarCam. The integrated solar panel. Yes, it looks clean and I love it because it makes life easy when mounting and not having to worry about having something else to install. However, the biggest issue with it is that because it's mounted on the camera, it limits where you can install this thing. For instance, you can't install it where it won't get direct sunlight like under an awning. The Ring solar panels are great. However, having the wires can make it look nasty, but you can easily move the panels anywhere and place the camera in a shady location. Also, the sun moves throughout the year, so sometimes you have to shift the angle of the solar panels to get enough sunlight. However, because the solar panel is fixed on the Eufy SolarCam, you can't move the solar panels. So the only way to adjust the solar panels is to actually move the camera itself. So ideally, you'd want to ensure your Eufy Solo S40 is mounted as south as possible for the most sun. As far as motion customization in the Ring app, you can see what settings you use that use additional power like Snapshot, which captures images throughout the day, just in case the Ring misses something. You can also adjust the motion frequency, turn on advanced motion detection, and adjust the video recording length. All these can impact battery life, but for me, as long as my solar panels get enough sun, I haven't had any issues with the battery draining. With Eufy, they put way more into the power management in the S40. First, I had my camera on battery for a little over a week inside my home. It tells me it detected over 1,600 events, and my battery life is still at 68%. You also have the ability to control how the camera records by prioritizing battery life, surveillance, or choosing the recording length and re-triggering interval. So overall, there's way more information and more customization on the Eufy app compared to Ring. Now, already what sets the S40 apart from the Ring Stick-Up Cam is its camera sensor. The Ring Stick-Up Cam supports 1080p video, which is actually pretty clean and clear. However, seeing the people's faces or maybe a license plate can be a little blurry when you zoom in. The SolarCam S40, however, because it's 2K video, zooming in is more clear. However, for some reason, I couldn't zoom in as much as I could with the Ring on my phone. After downloading the footage, however, I was able to zoom in more, and because of the 2K footage, it was more clear. But again, I have to admit the 1080p footage on the Ring camera is surprisingly really good. So, how wide of an angle do both of these cameras have? When testing both cameras with the Ring on top of the SolarCam, the field of view looks almost the exact same, and both have a field of view of 130 degrees, which is really good. And let's talk about that camera lag. And again, because you're on 2.4 gigahertz and it is wireless, you will have some camera lag. However, I found with both cameras, there's only a 1 to 2 second delay, which isn't bad at all. At night, the Ring Stick-Up Cam lights up and has 2 infrared bulbs to support colored night vision for improved clarity at night. This is where the SolarCam S40 really excels in low light conditions. Because of the 2K sensor as well as 4 infrared bulbs, the video quality looks amazing. And the beauty of the SolarCam S40 is that it has an integrated 600 lumen LED light to provide more clarity at night, as well as potentially deter any intruders. The light brightness is easily customizable, and you can even control the type of color temperature, from a nice yellow to a cool blue, all within the app. Now, there's no point in having an awesome camera and awesome image quality if it doesn't know what to record and when to record. In the app with Ring, they did a great job of making it easy with the Motion Wizard that could fine-tune your camera to get more or less motion alerts, as well as record only humans. You can also edit and add multiple motion zones. It also has the ability to talk and let the person know who's passing by who triggered the motion that they're being recorded, which is awesome. However, for some reason, it never really worked on my Stick-Up Cam. I think it's a glitch or something, but it works fine on my Ring doorbell.
You are currently being recorded.
You can also create motion schedules to avoid getting motion alerts during certain times of the day. And viewing snapshots and previous recordings is super simple in the app. Now, Eufy had to again take it one step further. Just like Ring, you can adjust the motion detection sensitivity, define motion zones, as well as what type of detection to record with humans or all motion. They also give you tips for installation. But what's cool about this is it has the ability to detect human faces and it shows you what face it detects in the app. According to Eufy, with their built-in AI, it can detect faces 5 times faster than cloud-based AIs. It can also analyze and learn its environment and accurately detect humans only with an accuracy rate of 99%. I think it's super cool how you can see the past events in the app with a little bubble on the person's face. But again, it's not perfect because I kept thinking my dog was a human. I mean, I do love him like my kid, but I thought it was just funny. I also wish the app had the Ring feature of snapshot because it's really awesome to have a time lapse of your day because sometimes the camera does miss potential events. But having a snapshot is able to show you a quick picture of what's going on. In the app, you can also customize the video quality, and this is useful if you are viewing the streaming on your phone, so it doesn't lag and take up as much data. Speaking of data, what makes the Eufy SoloCam S40 so awesome is the ability to store past recordings on the device itself. It can store up to 2 months or 8 gigabytes and easily rewrites over old storage. This means you don't have to pay for a subscription to see your old recordings. That's insane! In today's age, it's honestly so rare to find a product that you pay for only to have to pay more for a monthly fee for more added features. But Eufy seems to be doing this to all their products like their dog camera, which I love. And I think it's awesome. And again, you can still view your footage from anywhere in the world as long as your camera has an internet connection. So that alone is a win for Eufy. Now, both of these cameras support two-way audio. Also, they have the ability to sound a siren through the speaker, and Ring claims it can get up to 110 decibels in the speaker. However, in my testing, I found that when you're trying to talk to someone through the speaker, it wasn't that loud. It only got to 81 decibels. And with the siren, it got a little louder at 94 decibels, but still not as loud as I thought. With Eufy, they claim their speaker can get up to 90 decibels. And I found out it was accurate at 90 decibels. However, the siren was much louder than the Ring and was clocking in at 103 decibels, and it was just much more imitating with the ability to turn on the floodlight and have it blink. Another great thing about the Eufy SoloCam is the ability to have more customization. You can control the ability to turn the mic on or off, enable audio recordings, and even control the speaker volume from low, medium, and high. With Ring, you can also disable audio streaming and recording, but that's it. Now, one thing I won't discuss too much into detail is Ring's integration with their security system. Currently, it's honestly my favorite as I just pay one lump sum of $100 and everything kind of works together with my alarm system. It has the ability to automatically start recording footage if the alarm goes off or if there are linked events with other cameras like my doorbell camera. However, things again are changing, and if prices are really going to double in 3 years, I'm honestly going to have to find another security system. With Eufy, they also integrate very well with their security system and other cameras, and the protection plan only costs $100 a year. Who knows if that's going to change, but in 2025, their security system seems a lot more compelling. I do wish they combined their Eufy Pet and Eufy Security app so my Eufy Security camera can work together with my dog camera. Another awesome thing is the Eufy SoloCam S40 does support both Google Home and Amazon Alexa, while the Ring only supports Amazon Alexa because, well, I mean, it's owned by Amazon. And lastly, let's talk about any issues. I haven't really had any issues with my Ring stick-up cameras, and I've had them for a few years now. The only issues I've had is it just randomly disconnects out of nowhere, and I know my signal is great because I just got a nice Netgear Mesh Orbi system, and I love that thing. This SoloCam, I haven't had any disconnects either, although I haven't had the camera for as long as I had with Ring. And again, the main issue with the SoloCam S40 is the inability to remove and adjust the solar panel, because it is mounted onto the device itself. However, overall, I'm super happy with the Eufy SoloCam S40, and it is seriously making me reconsider my whole home security setup. Anyways, thanks for watching my video, guys, and I'll see you guys next week.